and gentlemen, welcome to the Western District Fair. We are here with Smash Wrestling for Fight Night. I'm Scott Hunter alongside Casey Andrews. Casey, this is going to be a great show. What a crowd we have here.
Scott, you've already botched it.
Needed-Brook, Ontario, weighing at 175 pounds, the B-Guy, Vertigo.
You know, you almost made me interrupt Dustin. It's the Western Fair District, Scott, so I'm going to need you to apologize to the good people of London, Ontario here as the B-Guy hits the ring.
On Vertigo, coming off a huge victory over Jake Something.
Riding literally a unmatched wave of momentum in Smash right now. Victories galore, really hitting his stride. And, I mean, championship opportunities need to be right around the corner for the V-Guy.
Well, you would think so. If he can string a few more wins together, he'd become undeniable. He's got his work cut out for him here today, though. Akira making his Smash Wrestling debut, and Casey, Von Vertigo has become a little bit of a gatekeeper of sorts here in Smash Wrestling. A lot of people make their debuts, they make it here against Von Vertigo, and he's been holding on the fort pretty well.
Well, and not only is he a gatekeeper of, debuting athletes, but also international athletes. You think about Axel Tischer and now Francesco Akira coming to us from Milan, Italy, a star of New Japan Pro Wrestling, a world-traveled competitor, but Von Vertigo, to his credit, also relatively world-traveled.
Well, very much so. Von Vertigo has done a few tours of Europe recently, and now he's back here, back in Smash Wrestling, and he is taking on all comers here.
Hey, what's up, London? How are we doing tonight? I came all the way from Italy, thinking today was a wrestling show, and I ended up with cows and a fair. You know who go to fair? Losers like each and every one of you.
Wow, it's not gonna win any fans here.
Now, wait. You know who the biggest loser is? This guy right here. Hey, when I'm talking, you shut up, okay? When I'm talking, you shut up. I'm gonna beat this guy in 2 minutes and sending you home having a real life, okay?
Akira has a bold statement there. He says he's going to beat Von Vertigo in 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Do we have a timekeeper today? That's the question.
Guys, if you have to get up and move the children, get up and
Opening
move
contest
the children.
here, an opportunity for Von Vertigo to keep his winning ways going.
Now you can hear this crowd as the opening bell firmly behind Von Vertigo. I think that's a lot to do with the speech that Akira just made.
I mean, it wasn't really a way to win fans, but Francesco Akira, not one to be taken lightly here, and I think Von Vertigo knows that all too well.
Von Vertigo takes nobody lightly. It's one thing for certain is that action begins now. Akira now forcing Vertigo into the corner. Referee calling for a break. We do not get a clean one. It's some stiff chops to the chest there, Vertigo.
Now the problem here is the referee doesn't know how to count in Italian, so we got to be a little bit careful with these 5 counts here. A little bit of liberties taken for Akira.
Do you know how to count Italian?
No.
Do you know how to count?
No.
Greco-Roman knuckle lock, not to be though, as Akira just suckered him in there. A kick right to the midsection there.
Now, we've discussed the pedigree of Von Vertigo. We've talked about Francesco Akira all the way from Milan, Italy, by way of New Japan Pro Wrestling, one of the hardest hitting organizations on the planet. And it's going to be a rough night for the V-Guy.
Well, when you competed in New Japan, you competed against some of the best in the world, Casey, and that has to make you a better performer when you're competing against the best. Both these men know all about that. Nice trip there, taking the legs out from underneath Akira as Vertigo picks up the pace with a drop kick.
Changing levels like only Von Vertigo can here.
Standing moonsault connecting into a cover. 2 kick out.
We got to keep an eye on the clock. Francesco Akira gave himself 2 minutes here. We got to be getting close to that already, Scott.
Well, yeah, I don't think he stands a hope in finishing off Vertigo in 2 minutes or less. That's easier said than done.
I mean, especially not in his current position. He's not winning at the moment.
Hanging onto the ropes and trying to change the momentum here. He's calling for a timeout outside the ring.
Do they have timeouts in Milan?
He's taking a knee as the fans now tell him to get back in the ring.
Francesco Akira here. It's a smart move. Listen,
he made himself a lot of enemies in the crowd. I don't think any of them are going to feel sorry for him.
I've employed the timeout in the past.
He's taking a seat on the bleachers and got punched right in the face for it. Another chop there. Now this gets a little bit dangerous for the fans here in attendance.
Especially the ones that have never seen Smash Wrestling before. They don't understand how dangerous this could be.
Well, that's the beauty about coming to the Western Fair here in London. You never know what you're going to see. A lot of people showing up today didn't know there was a wrestling show, and now the place is jam-packed as you see Akira now chopping the ring post. Might have broken some fingers.
And maybe his metatarsals as well.
Oh, and now he's forcing him to high-five some fans. Akira does not want to do that.
All Von Vertigo's trying to do is introduce the Smash Wrestling faithful to Francesco Akira, and likewise, vice versa, if you will. Sir.
Action now back in the ring.
Vertigo here looking for that shining whistle. Oh, hold on.
The referee getting in the way as you see Akira has pulled the referee in there. He might be hurt.
Do we have a medic on standby?
Oh, hang on here. Taking a picture of the Italian soccer team faking the injury and then attacking Vertigo from behind.
It's pronounced football, Scott. But he was very convincing, and I thought his hand was very, very badly hurt, but it appears to be working just fine.
Yeah, he's showing it's just fine here as he sends it right through the chest of Vertigo. And now blowing kisses to all the fans he just made.
Imagine you go to the Western Fair and an Italian guy in velvet pants blows a kiss at you. You tell someone about that, right? Oh!
I mean, maybe.
On Vertigo in a world of hurt right now.
Akira now in firm control of Vertigo as he now just picks him right by the throat. Back to a vertical base here. Irish whip across the ring into the corner. Head of steam right in the boot of Vertigo as Vertigo again picks up the pace.
Oh! Caught with that back elbow. I don't think he fully shook the cobwebs.
2 kick out. Take one more look at this.
Oh! Like a shotgun.
Elbow right to the jaw. And now he's in firm control once again, trying to slow down Vertigo here with this headlock.
Precision is difficult at that speed. Both men were moving very fast on that back elbow, Scott. And the fact that Akira was able to land that right on the point of the jaw, that's maximum impact there.
Oh, it's a wonder how Vertigo wasn't knocked unconscious from that. As you hear the crowd now, but behind Vertigo, he's starting to get back to vertical base with a handful of hair.
Devil's advocate, that's a smart move.
It is, I mean, it is smart. The referee didn't ring the bell, didn't disqualify him, so I guess he got away with it.
Maybe Vertigo should go to one of those barbers in North Haverbrook, Ontario, and get that mop taken care of.
Chop right to the chest. Oddly specific town to go get a haircut.
Look at me, I'm Von Vertigo. I have beautiful hair. Shut up.
Chop right to the chest. Here's Vertigo now, turning momentum back into his own favor.
Akira here.
Back and forth these two go. Clothesline just crumples Vertigo.
And it looks like the top of his bicep, Akira's bicep, caught Vertigo again right on the chin. You've only got so many hits to that off button before it's lights out for the night.
We've officially passed that 2-minute mark.
And then some.
But Akira is in firm control right now.
Well, firm control isn't a win, so I guess he's going to have to, take that into account next time he makes a 2-minute prediction.
Now shots here. Forearm right to the face here and an uppercut. Connects, but again, just to cut him right off there with that knee right to the midsection.
Fast-paced action.
These two are going counter for counter, Casey. Drop kick right out of the air. Both men down.
Credit to Vertigo, he saw the flying attack coming and was able to time it just right. Looking to get some momentum moving here.
That clothesline here, and Vertigo's got that look in his eye, KC. He's got that killer instinct about him.
We saw this happen with Jake Something, where Vertigo found that second gear, and we all know how that turned out. Massive victory for the V guy. He's looking to do more of the same here.
Akira knocked off the apron. Up and over goes Vertigo. Throwing caution to the wind. As we take another look here.
You hear me talk about it all the time, Scott. Momentum. Using your momentum to get that speed and power with a top rope dive here.
Vertigo top looking for that cross body.
Wow.
Vertigo cross body recovered. 2, is that enough? No! Akira able to get the shoulder up. Let's take another look at the cross body.
Vertigo here just getting all of that one, all the hops. Impressive after the amount of damage he's taken to be able to get that kind of air. Speed plus distance equals power.
And he got a lot of power behind that one. Came off like a rocket off that top rope.
Still trying for that shining wizard though, that fatal knockout.
Nobody home though. Well scouted there by Akira. And
oh no!
Thumb right to the eye, come on! And now he's looking at the ref like, what did I do?
There's a small portion of me that loves to see that sort of action. You know, it's smart, if nothing else.
I've heard about that small portion of you. Irish whip into the corner here.
How is your girlfriend? Out to the outside goes Von Vertigo here, back up to the top rope.
Looking for that Vonton. Nobody home.
Akira seems to be one step
And
ahead.
now pulling the official out of the way. Oh, Vertigo. Had a feeling that was coming.
Uh-oh, hold on now.
Akira locks at the feet. Oh, stop! That got him right across the chest.
Now Von Vertigo, remember, had appendicitis. Oh, wow!
And that might be curtains.
Scott, what the hell was that?
Effective
come on.
into a cover. Vertigo kicked out of that.
Wow, I don't even know what to call that. It looked almost like a spinning Russian twist.
I think Vertigo would like to call it painful.
Yeah, I think Akira wanted to call it the winning move, but it wasn't such. The low blow didn't work.
When Akira can't believe it, what does that do to your psyche, Casey, when you hit someone with your best shot and it doesn't work and they kick out?
At this point, and I mean, you've got to start thinking there's got to be nothing else he can really do. Oh, Vertigo out of the way at the last second here. Drops down. Oh! Oh!
And a roaring punch right to the face there. Vertigo going up top. Is he thinking Vonton here?
Akira's in position. Nails all of it.
Bomb. And he's not done. Shining Wizard connecting.
Got all of that one.
What? Put Akira away, and he does. Put another win in the books for Vertigo. This guy is rolling.
Well, and the Smash Wrestling crowd here, some of them, that was their very first ever wrestling match, and what a treat. All the credit in the world to Francesco Akira. What a phenomenal contest that was.
Von Vertigo keeps his winning ways rolling. And you gotta think he's at this point, at least on the radar of Smash Wrestling Management here, in line for a title shot.
I mean, he needs to be at this point. He's proven himself. He's proven how hard he works. He's proven that he's willing to go the extra mile, or 10,000 miles in some cases, Scott, to get that. And the V guy, definitely a fan favorite here, so it's going to be interesting if he goes head-to-head with arguably the biggest fan favorite in Smash, and Psycho Mike. Well, this one should be interesting, Scott.
Making their way to the ring, fresh off the dance floor, the hot stepper, McCray Martin, the big boy, Junior Benito. They are Fresh Air.
Fresh Air making their tag team debut here. And what an opportunity they have against the new Smash Wrestling Tag Team Champions, TDT. But it's the hot step of McCray Martin and the big boy, Junior Benito.
Well, and these two can move. I mean, they're both relatively big dudes, but they're very, very fluid, and you're going to see it especially with McCray Martin. The way he moves his body sometimes feels almost unnatural and makes me a little uncomfortable.
Oh, and these... Anytime you get new champions in Smash Wrestling, it opens the doors for everybody, so it seems.
Well, in the tag team division, arguably the hottest division in Smash right now after a monumental run for Books and Looks in the tag team championship reign. You look at the teams that have come through. You've had, like CXR came in, won their first night against the champions at the time, Halal Beefcake.
Well, title's not on the line that night, but they are here tonight. Fresh Air hoping lightning strikes twice.
But they've got a tall task ahead of them tonight, Scott.
If they want lightning strike twice, they're up against Thor.
They are the reigning and defending Smash Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Matthew St. Jacques and Thomas Dubois,
TDT, the scourge of the merch table, as it were, after a huge tables victory over Books and Looks at the London Music Hall, looking to make an emphatic defense.
Yeah, they're ready to go tonight on the way to the ring right there. St. Jacques just high-fived the fan and made him cry because he hit him too hard.
That man hits hard if he looks at you the wrong way.
First title defense for TDT. And this is where champions show what they're made of. This is how we find out, is it going to be a long reign or a short-lived one?
I mean, there have been one match reigns in Smash Wrestling, but in this case, I think it's going to be a long night for both teams.
And the official should have his working out for him. There's the opening bell.
Now, real quick, Scott, you're the booker for Smash Wrestling. Let's pretend for a second. And you're looking at the card, you're looking at who's on the card, and you see TDT, so you put the referee in who weighs 45 pounds. Who did this guy piss off? Who does he owe money to?
He's paying his dues.
Referee Terry Matchstick in there.
He does look scared. Wait a second. Are we about to get a dance-off? A tag team championship dance-off.
One can only hope. TDT looking to get things started here. Oh, the moves on Dubois.
Playtime's over for the champions. And this is... I don't care how much the official weighs. This is hard for anyone to get control of with TDT's in the ring.
Listen, we're 6 rows back, and I'm terrified, Scott. Oh.
Well, that's because we're sitting at a table.
Oh, God, I didn't even think about that.
If TDT like anything, it's definitely their tables. But it's definitely the chaos they create. This is part of their offense.
Hold on now.
Fresh Air is up to the task, at least in the early going here.
Taking a little bit too much time.
Yeah, they got to stay on the champs here. A referee trying to gain control, get 2 men in, 2 men out.
The only thing more dangerous than TDT is a fresh TDT. That's not the time you want to be showboating.
Well, not TDT.
Benito into Martin.
Yeah, now they're in a bad way here. See St. Jacques. He is feeling the energy from this crowd. It's like a wrecking ball in the corner.
Oh, and Dubois follows up.
Line there. And another one there for McCray Martin, and they're starting to think twice about taking this booking. Take one more look here at this avalanche in the corner.
Always send the bigger of the two giants in there.
Oh, well, wait a second here. TDT, are they gonna fly? Whoa! TDT gets some fresh air of their own with some suicide dives there, taking out Martin and Benito.
Stereo topes, and the champs are looking good, not showing any signs or effects from that tables match at all, Scott.
Well, and I was going to ask you about that. This coming back into the ring this close after a hellacious table match like they had, what kind of shape are they going to be in? But I think we've got our answer.
I think that TDT just enjoys being in pain.
Well, and this is where TDT is at their best, outside the ring.
Well, and that's the thing. I think that with the size of this venue, it could get real out of hand real fast here at the Western Fair District.
Yeah, these guys like exploring their surroundings.
This match may end in the dog show, Scott.
This match may not end. It's going to end whenever the hell TDT decides to mercifully end this thing by the looks of it, as they just toss Benito back into the ring. And Benito, though, showing some fight with a huge drop kick there.
Impressive height on the drop kicks, especially for someone the size of Junior Benito. He's a very tall individual.
Nobody home there. Dubois able to get himself out of the corner here. Here comes St. Jacques.
Uh-oh.
Benito into Dubois. Backbreaker connecting, and now St. Jacques. Again, feeding off the energy from London.
We got a flying Frenchman, Scott.
That knee went right into the mush. As we see a cover here, too. I thought this thing was already over. Junior Benito, though, the big boy, kicking out. Let's take one more look.
Look at the height that St. Jacques gets here. Impressive for a man of his size. Dubois with a massive chop now.
Just dropping Benito, and then a senton tag made.
Have I mentioned lately that I'm glad to be sitting back here at the desk with you, Scott?
Well, you know, you have, and I used to think it was because of me, but now I think I understand what you're saying here.
It'd be better if you weren't around.
To be as far away from TDT as possible.
The one thing I would never do in Smash Wrestling, Scott, and that's be a tag team.
That's because you had no friends.
I had a guy, but there's glitter in my face.
Forearm right to the face of Benito there.
We're not talking about that. McCray Martin needs to get into this match.
Yeah, Junior Benito needs to get out of this match, more like it.
Very much the case here. Is TDT, whoa!
Oh, and they're almost teasing Martin there.
Toying with Benito, too, saying, oh, look how close you can get. Nah, let's pull you right
this is
back.
what makes the champions so good at what they do, so effective at cutting the ring in half, and it's almost like a couple of lions playing with their dinner right now.
But a lot of people have said that it's long overdue that TDT win the Smash Wrestling Tag Team Championship. So I think they take this very seriously. They take this being on top very, very seriously, and they're looking to make a statement at the hands of poor fresh air.
Well, that's exactly what this match is. By the looks of it, to TDT is an opportunity to make a statement, put the rest of the locker room here in Smash Wrestling on notice.
St. Jacques is he's a human cannonball.
They intend to keep these titles as long as humanly possible. And we might not have new champions till they retire.
And you look at St. Jacques there, he's got a perfect rear chin lock on because he's got both parts of his arm on either side of the blood restricted areas. So that's a legal choke. That is a legal choke.
Slide buster, good lord, into a cover here. That's got to do it. I don't know how he did that. Somehow,
somebody get a
Benito
block.
gets the shoulder off, and again, fingertips away, but not able to make that tag as St. Jacques drags him back into TDT's corner. Casey, this has always been the criticism of TDT, though. Sometimes they have almost too much fun inflicting pain and inflicting damage, and they leave themselves open and make a mistake.
Well, that's the thing, is the more you risk.
Take one more look here.
Just wishbones Benito there. Oh. Now, that's the risk you take when you are, you're having too much fun.
Cover here from Dubois, kick out.
Picking your prey apart it becomes almost, you get complacent, and that's when a quick roll-up happens, and all of a sudden you're not tag team champions anymore.
Look at the way he got his body in between Benito and Martin there, applying a bear hug.
Very smart tag team wrestling. You could draw a line right down the center of the ring, and Benito is on the wrong side of that line.
And Benito is positioned in a way that he can literally see his partner staring right at him. So close, but so far.
That's almost worse when you know that there's salvation 2-3 arms reaches away, and you are not there. Hold on. Wow!
And a blue thunderbomb there from Junior Benito. McCray Martin, he's all fired up on the outside.
2-3 arms reaches away, and you are not there.
Martin
Hold on.
calm down.
Wow! All of that one. Junior Benito using Dubois.
And the tag is made. McCray Martin now, the hot stepper. Throwing close. Look at that dodge.
Like I said, the way he uses his body doesn't make sense at times, Scott. But we can say the same about St. Jacques. As a big boot catches St. Jacques on the air. Dubois in. Martin down.
Yeah, but Craig Martin, a spine buster of his own now. He's picking up the pace here. This guy's got moves for a man that
Here
size.
comes the hot stepper, indeed.
And a chop there to the chest of Matthew St. Jacques.
You don't want to light up TDT with chops, though. That's a dangerous game to play.
Looking for DDT, nobody home though. Back and forth, these two are going to sleeper hold.
Hold on now.
Trying to wear the big man down. Junior Benito though.
Oh, hang on.
Playing a sleeper. Oh, hang on now.
We're just stacking sleepers here, Scott. If all four men go to sleep, what do? You going to pin them?
Oh no, the referee's in a sleeper.
Oh, hang on now.
Wait a second. Well, they can't call the finish if there's no referee. Oh, the referee is.
Oh, okay. Oh, hang on.
Referee's trying to fight out of it.
Fire out, kid.
On a stop. What the hell? A counter from the official.
Well, that might be the damnedest thing I've ever seen, Scott.
Well, and we were criticizing him before this match started about how's he going to keep control. I guess that's one way to do it. Not afraid to get in on the action himself.
I mean, he had no choice. He was about to die.
That's a fair point. All men back up to vertical base. Your guess is as good as mine as to who's legal.
Scott, you do not want to be in this exact position with TDT. Throwing hands seems like a bad idea.
Of course I don't want to be in that position. That's why I'm here.
I'm speaking as if you were fresh air, obviously. Please work with me here.
I'm going to need some after the show with you. Back and forth. Fresh air and TDT with these forearm shots.
How would you like no air? I can make that happen for you. Uh-oh, hang on. We got a Pier 6 brawl. The referee needs to get control of this.
Well, I think getting control of this match is out the window.
Oh, stereo boots again, catching TDT on the ear almost, it looks like. Throwing off equilibrium.
TDT seeking refuge on the outside of the ring.
Now this is a dangerous position for TDT. Fresh air.
Are they leaving?
I doubt it.
Fresh air going to pick the pace up here. Are they going to fly? And they do.
Wow.
Turnabout, fair play. You saw the suicide dives from TDT earlier in this matchup.
Just like that.
Well, now the challengers in firm control of the champions.
How the turn's tied. Getting St. Jacques back into the ring. Dubois.
McCray Martin up top here. Huge clothesline there from the top rope.
Catching a lot of air here.
There's the tag. Benito now legal as we take one more look at that clothesline. Benito with a frog splash. Meanwhile, back to the action in the ring. Cover two. Kick out there. We almost had new tag team champions.
This is frenetic at this point. TDT in deep water here, but uh-oh. Looks like St. Jacques might be a little upset.
I think he knows how close they just were. And he's firing himself up now. Both members of Fresh Air getting shoved off here. This is a bar fight at this point.
Oh yeah, this is where St. Jacques revels in these things.
St. Jacques does this for fun.
I think I saw him doing this at the concession stand before the show.
This crowd here trying to wheel St. Jacques back into this thing.
Hang on now.
Is he thinking double DDT here? As you see,
there
double
it is.
DDT connects Dubois now up top.
That's a lot of man.
Double clothesline, down go the challengers.
And you notice Dubois wasn't too worried about getting height there. He was looking to come down as hard and as fast as possible. Clubbing double clothesline to the challengers.
Oh, hang on a second here as they just send Benito into Martin.
Reminiscent of when they won the tag team championships with that double toss.
Well, now Junior Benito's in a bad way here. This is a shoulder lower to his head. Power bomb, that's got to do it too. And we still have TDT as our tag team champions.
And still, Smash Wrestling Tag Team Champion, TDT.
Well, one thing's for sure, Casey. If anyone's going to take these titles out of the grasp of TDT, they're going to have to earn it. They're going to have to be prepared for a war.
Well, and they just sent Fargo Twiggy off to fly out there. TDT, first successful defense. I'm going to say it now. First of many, Scott. It's going to, I don't know who's going to be the ones to dethrone TDT, but I don't think that team exists yet.
Hey, they might not be done here. Just a parting gift for Junior Benito.
Well, and here comes a guy who has not shut up.
From Motor City, weighing at 200 pounds, the driver, Joe Romero.
He steals a victory at the London Music Hall, his first in Smash Wrestling, by the way, and it's all he'll talk about.
Well, a lot of people say act like you've been there before, but he literally hasn't. This is how Joe DeMauro is after a victory, I suppose. But he's going to try to keep that momentum going here. I mean, there's a big opportunity. He won that Battle Royal, as you said, at Super Showdown, earning this opportunity here tonight, but you can speculate all you want about whether this is a good opportunity or is this a lamb being led to the slaughter.
I think this might be the safest way to say that he's got a tall task ahead of him, Joe DeMauro does. In, well, one of the largest human beings I've seen in a long time. I bumped into him backstage and it terrified me.
Cameras do not do the size of this man justice. He is absolutely huge.
My God.
He just picked up our cameraman.
Cameraman Allen there, getting out of his way as fast as he could. Tripped over some fans. The first casualty of Eric Redbeard here tonight. Little redemption for Chrissy there.
But Eric Redbeard, this guy is a monster. And if you're Joe DeMauro, what's going to be going through your head right now?
I mean, it's going to be Eric Redbeard's fist in a second, but I feel like DeMauro's probably delusional, Scott. I feel like he probably thinks this is actually going to be a winning endeavor for him.
Well, to be fair, everyone's got a puncher's chance here in Smash Wrestling, and if he is able to pick up a victory over Eric Redbeard, that has to put him in the driver's seat, no pun intended, to get a shot at the Smash Wrestling Championship, one would think.
Listen, and let's not count anybody out of anything. Joe DeMauro, the driver, is a very, very capable competitor who is riding a wave of momentum. The referee checking under the beard there, making sure that there's nothing untoward.
What's he going to hide in there? Because DeMauro is demanding it. DeMauro doesn't trust him.
I think he's seen one too many Bugs Bunny cartoons.
And there's the bell. You just saw the way that Redbeard just turned focused on DeMauro. Look at the size of Redbeard.
Now listen, Scott, we talk a lot about size advantages and stuff. DeMauro very good at using his momentum. He's able to use his momentum to his advantage on a regular basis.
Just running right through DeMauro, showing off the power.
Momentum doesn't mean anything when you're against a damn near 7-foot brick wall.
Well, it's like picking a fight with a big redwood tree.
It really is.
Redbeard, it's almost like he's enjoying himself here.
I mean, why wouldn't you? It's the Western Fair, Scott.
Oh, and this is... I would hazard a guess that Eric Redbeard probably doesn't know a whole lot about the driver, Joe DeMauro, here. Joe DeMauro should know a hell of a lot about Redbeard. Whose advantage is that?
Well, here's the thing, is it does pay to know your opponent, absolutely. But at the same time, all good performers and all good professional wrestlers are going to come up with a game plan based on their game plan, not based on their opponent. But you need to be able to adapt that game plan on the fly. And Joe DeMauro finally is starting to find that in Smash Wrestling, but it took stealing victory in a Battle Royal to do it.
DeMauro almost had his arm ripped out of its socket there from Redbeard.
Yeah, it's a fool's errand to attempt to overpower a man the size of Eric Redbeard. So DeMero now is probably back to the drawing board.
But I think DeMero genuinely thinks he's that strong, and in some cases he might be.
Looks like he got a little schmutz on his face.
He's taking his time getting back into the ring, in no hurry here to run into a trap.
In phenomenal shape, but
Redbeard looks impressed.
listen, Joe DeMero is in great shape. He's ripped. But Eric Redbeard is a different specimen. Hold on, Scott. Did he just call for a test of strength?
He did, because I don't think he believes that Redbeard thinks he's strong.
He said just one. Let's do just the one.
Yeah, he's got a show on it. And there's the size, the height of Redbeard. And again, he's just treating DeMero like he's a little kid.
DeMero here showing his ups. Grabs the wrist, sir.
That's about as high as he can get here. And it pulls him down, and Redbeard says, okay, let's do it.
You know, Joe DeMero is a pretty smart guy. Oh,
No, and there's
but even he couldn't see that was the dumbest thing he's ever done.
Redbeard is just having fun here with DeMero here at the Western Fair.
DeMero here. Why would you not abandon ship immediately? That's probably
exactly what he does. A kick to the midsection here. Now DeMero trying to take over. Playtime over,
that is
says the driver.
smartest thing that Joe DeMero has ever done. Followed up by the dumbest, Scott.
Redbeard just too big, just too strong, just too overpowering. Head first in the corner. And that chop sending shockwaves through the body, no doubt, of DeMero.
God, Scott, I felt that one. Oh, no!
And another chop. He's just going to take him into every corner of the ring.
Redbeard here.
Just raining down those punches. Oh, a clubbing blow. That could kill a man.
Jeez.
And the driver probably wishing he was sitting in the passenger seat today.
Here's the thing, Eric Redbeard having fun with his prey, but everything he's doing here has so much damage at all.
Vertical suplex. In case when you take a vertical suplex from someone as big as Redbeard.
Everything he's doing here has so much damage at all. At one point, DeMero hits over 7 feet in the air, easily. And the higher up you go, the harder your fall is going to be. That's momentum.
Another chop right to the chest, and DeMero is begging for mercy. As now they're coming right by us here.
Oh, jeez.
Right the face first.
Get away
Down
from
goes
us.
DeMero. Yeah, this is a little bit too close for comfort here.
I'm glad you're on that
As
side,
Redbeard.
Scott. Little too close for comfort.
He's looking for
here.
a chop here. Ah! Through the chest. As you heard that thunderous shot.
That one came through on our mics. There's no way it didn't.
And that was less of that gunshot, more of a thud.
That was a cannonball is what that was, Scott. DeMero looking like cameraman Allen out there, stumbling all over the place.
Well, Redbeard now just
Muscles him up.
he just picked him up like he was nothing.
Oh, hang on now.
And DeMero with the fingers in the eyes of Redbeard. I can't blame him. That's what you got to do, Casey.
Well, and those leather gloves, I mean, they've got sweat on them. They might be dirty because of the fact that he's been all over this arena.
I think he's a little bit more worried about his face going in the ring post and the sweat on the glove.
Oh, big boot drops
point
Eric
taken.
Redbeard.
Take another look here at that boot from the driver.
Jeez, caught him right on the point of the chin there. On point by the driver. And Joe DeMero now, this is what you need to do against a larger competitor, Scott. You need to get them down to your level and keep them there. Sometimes easier said than done.
Yeah, he's going to stay on him here. This Redbeard, he might have overlooked DeMero a little bit.
Well, that's the problem. You start to have fun, you know, you start to play to the crowd, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're on your back and you're wiping your eyes, taking a boot to the face. It gets real rough out there, Scott.
But tomorrow focused more on the crowd here and not on his opponent, and that allows Redbeard to climb right back into this matchup.
This has been a problem the driver has had since his first appearance in Smash Wrestling. Every time he starts to gain a little bit of momentum, he lets the
Well, that wasn't going to work. Cover 2. He almost lost the match.
Off a failed body slam. Oh.
Shot there, takes down Redbeard. He'll cover now of his own here.
DeMiro there used the shin bone to throw that kick. The hardest part of the leg there, almost like a blade.
But again, tomorrow, focus on the crowd as we take one more look.
Boom, the shin right up under the chin of Eric Redbeard there. Uh-oh, you do not want to let this man get back to his feet, Joe.
Yeah, when you're hitting someone as hard as you are and they're just staring at you saying, do it again, it usually means probably don't do that again.
DeMiro took a moment there to shake his hand out. Oh, God.
Yep. You knew that was coming. There's Redbeard now throwing some chops of his own. Irish whip just buckling tomorrow in the corner, but he's able to get out of the way of that big boot and neck breaker connecting. Down goes Redbeard into a cover. Here goes tomorrow. Two.
Whoa,
kick out there from Redbeard.
Scott, I don't care how big you are, how strong you are. Everyone has the same susceptible stack of dimes connecting their head to their body. And if you can target that, you might be on the right track.
He might not look it, but Eric Redbeard is human at the end of the day. Oh, and DeMar runs right into the elbow of Redbeard in a clothesline. Takes the driver down. There comes another one.
And it's interesting that we say that, Scott, because I asked DeMaro earlier, I'm like, what do you do with a man that size? He says, no, it's just a bigger target.
Well, in some cases,
huge deal,
just tossed. So take one more look here at this Beal out of the corner. Threw him like he was a bale of hay.
Joe DeMaro's only saving grace. Ooh, sit out slam.
That's it. That's got to do it. It doesn't do it as DeMaro's able to get the shoulder up.
The driver's only saving grace on that Beal is that it didn't happen at the start of the match, Scott. That might have been a match ender.
Redbeard, as surprised as I am that DeMaro was able to kick out.
I think Eric Redbeard is gaining a measure of respect for the driver, Joe DeMaro, here tonight.
So again, just stacks him up on the shoulders.
And again to the eyes.
You're right, fingers right to the eyes one more time. Drop kick into the corner goes Redbeard.
The referee needs to keep an eye on those gloves.
Tornado DDT connecting dead center of the ring. DeMaro once again into a cover. And again a kick out there from Redbeard, but barely. Casey, are you impressed with how much offense DeMaro's getting in this matchup?
I'm very impressed, and I need to give him credit where credit is due. Again, using that momentum against a larger opponent. A standard DDT may not have worked because he weighs less than Eric Redbeard does. But DeMaro, using the ropes to his advantage, gave him that push to actually give him the torque for the DDT.
Well, let's be honest here. When we saw this matchup on the format here, we thought this was going to go the exact opposite way that it has been. The driver, firm control. Hang on, roll up here from Redbeard, kick out. Redbeard almost stealing one. Oh, and a cutter connecting.
You don't want to be stacked up by someone
Cover again here from the driver. And again, barely a kick out from Redbeard. He's getting about as much as he can handle here from the driver.
Well, and that's the thing is I think that Eric Redbeard and you and I are very guilty of maybe underestimating the driver a little bit here. But again, he's a dangerous individual where if he gets things going his way, it could be a long night for Redbeard and has proven to be so thus far.
Redbeard still down.
I could grow a beard like that if I wanted to.
I'll choose to believe you. There's a big chop there.
Oh my God!
Stopping the driver in his tracks, and now what is Redbeard going for here?
Scott, what is going on? Oh,
and a handful of beard. Referee can't see it though.
Just yank it back to the eyes again. Listen, far be it from me. Whoa!
Oh, that boot! How did he get his leg that high?
Did we just see that? Did that happen?
Redbeard is an absolute monster, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! Superplex connecting!
The damnedest superplex I've ever seen!
Both men down. Redbeard into a cover. 2. And DeMauro kicked out.
Don't know how. That had to be all instinct here.
Let's take another look at this.
From the middle rope. DeMauro needs to thank his lucky stars. Redbeard didn't go to the top on that
Massive
one.
superplex. And you see, Redbeard keeps going to his eyes because the amount of times that DeMaro's got his fingers in there.
Let's get this man an eye wash.
Yeah, he looks almost pissed off.
Now, I mean, when an international star of this caliber comes in, you automatically start fantasy booking stuff.
Hang on here, pump handles. Pump handle backbreaker there.
Like a baby, he just held him there.
You should not be doing that to babies. Clothesline, just taking the driver's head off.
I'm not allowed to anymore.
Cover 2, and he's not done yet.
Uh-oh. See, now this is, you got to be careful with this here. He's still checking those eyes, but you take the victory.
No, I think with those fingers in the eyes, DeMaro's made this personal. Oh, now he's going to rake the eyes of the driver.
I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander here.
Power bomb. Just driving DeMauro into the canvas.
Have I mentioned lately how glad I am to be at the commentary desk, Scott?
Yeah, once or twice. I don't blame you in this case, though. When the likes of Redbeard are making their way to Smash Wrestling, everyone else better just get out of the way.
There's something to be said for competition, but this is bordering on masochism.
Redbeard, what is he?
Oh, hold on now. Redbeard.
Yeah, he's getting higher. Wait a minute.
Can the ring handle this?
Can the building handle this?
Oh, nobody home.
Yeah, luckily for the driver, nobody home. As he's gonna roll up here, hang on here, feet on the ropes, ref! 3 count, ring the bell, says the official.
Hold on now.
Are you kidding me?
The driver,
Joe DeMauro.
What did we just see here,
We
Scott?
just saw Joe DeMauro steal one. And he has feet all over the ropes. What a victory!
I mean, the referee there blinded by that one as Joe DeMauro stole a victory from him.
Redbeard cannot believe it.
Oh, what now?
Come on, easy. This man's been all over the world. And I've only been at Smash Wrestling for 9 months. And I outsmarted you. So much for world travel, huh? Come on. Clap for me. Clap for me right now. Yeah. The same thing's gonna happen to Psycho Mike on November 19th. And then you can call me a real champion.
DeMauro calling his shot. He wants the champion on November 19th.
I mean, 2 victories and all of a sudden,
Well, those are 2. It's a pretty huge victory.
oh, hang on
Wait
here.
a second. That's the champion, Psycho Mike. He just threw the driver back into the ring with a waiting Redbeard.
Look
Turn
out.
around tomorrow. I don't think he's going to like the view.
That's definitely not the referee behind him.
Oh, just grabbed him by the skull. Choke slam there.
Sending DeMauro through the mat, Eric Redbeard.
And DeMauro better to think twice before calling out the champion again.
And the Smash Wrestling champion to the rescue here.
Let's take one more look at the skull slam.
Imagine having that big paw wrapped around your head, Scott.
No, thank you. That vice-like grip from Redbeard, and he's still not done. Applying that boot now to the face of DeMauro.
Lights out for the driver. The winner on paper, but no worse for wear in this one.
And What a debut here in Smash Wrestling for Eric Redbeard.
Phenomenal debut. Hope to see him again. As I was trying to say earlier, some fantasy booking. Imagine Eric Redbeard versus TDT. Imagine Eric Redbeard versus John Green.
Phenomenal. Now, Smash Wrestling faithful were just swarming Redbeard.
Introducing first, the challenger from Toronto, Ontario. This is Silesia Sparks.
The entitlement just dripping off of Silesia Sparks. Someone who thought she was going to become Smash Wrestling Women's Champion at the London Music Hall and then couldn't make it due to injury.
Well, that's just it. She was supposed to have that opportunity, was unable to compete. In steps Dream Girl Ellie, and Dream Girl walked away from the London Music Hall as the new Smash Wrestling Women's Champion that night.
Well, and what a Cinderella story for Dream Girl Ellie, who, became the MVP of the Canusa Classic and then won the Smash Wrestling Women's Championship in her very next event. Silesia Sparks not impressed with herself or anybody here. Or not impressed with Ellie, I should say. She's always impressed with herself.
Silesia Sparks, a Smash Wrestling original, recently making her return here to the promotion. And what an opportunity she has here tonight. But Casey, she's been wrestling in this women's division since before they had a title to compete for.
Silesia Sparks, I would say that Silesia Sparks is the type that doesn't limit herself to just women's action, but she wants to be the queen bee. She wants to rule this division and feels she's entitled to that, even taking out her friend Akira in order to give herself that opportunity.
She just took a sign right from a fan and was wiping her feet off on it. This is a bit of a full circle moment for me personally too, KC, as Silesia Sparks was in the first match I ever called 10 years ago today.
Wow, you're old. Got it.
I know.
All right. Look, someone worked for minutes on that sign, and now Silesia Sparks trying to call them into the ring. Silesia knows that that woman at ringside is not the Smash Women's Champion, right, Scott?
She's trying to pick a fight with, I don't think she cares. She's trying to pick a fight with anybody. This woman, however, KC, is the Smash Wrestling Women's Champion.
And what a story it is. We await the champion's arrival here.
And her opponent, from Tampa, Florida, she is the reigning and defending Smash Wrestling Women's Champion, Dream Girl Ellie.
Scott, I was handed a note by Dream Girl Ellie before we went live. Watch Wrestlers on Netflix. Now, once again, that's watch Wrestlers on Netflix. I'm not sure what it means, but I'm sure there's some sort of hidden message there.
Oh, Dream Girl Ellie. Wait until the show's done at least, folks. Watch Smash Wrestling right now. But Dream Girl Ellie here making her first defense of the Smash Wrestling Women's Championship. And Casey, it's one thing to win a title, another to defend it. And this is against Silesia in the match that Silesia never got.
Well, and this is 1 year ago where Nikita returned to pro wrestling and shocked the world by defeating the first Smash Wrestling Women's Champion, Rosemary, to take the title. Of course, her not defending it led to Dream Girl Ellie having the opportunity to become the third Smash Wrestling Women's Champion.
That championship is what it's all about.
Again, we talk about the Smash Wrestling Tag Team division. The women's division is nothing to sneeze at either. Some very, very game competitors have been coming through trying to challenge for that title.
This is what I was talking about early tonight in the tag team title matches, how when the title changes hands, all of a sudden all these doors open of competitors coming out of the woodwork. Case in point here, Silesia Sparks tonight.
Well, and Super Showdown was so big, Scott, in the sense that every title changed hands. It was a complete reset. And it's leading to new people coming in, staking their claim. Your Joe DeMeros, your Silesia Sparks, your Fresh Airs. Silesia Sparks here, not.
And not just that, later on tonight, Alessandro Del Bruno returns to Smash Wrestling. First time in years we've seen him here. has a shot at the Smash Wrestling Championship in Psycho Mike.
And listen, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve that shot. He's a world-renowned athlete. But there, oh, geez.
And there's the bell of Silesia Sparks attacking the champion from behind, expecting nothing less.
Silesia Sparks, no stranger to booze, and Dream Girl Ellie played right into a trap there.
And now just mocking the champion as she stands on her head and is standing high above.
Whoa!
Dream Girl Ellie, Silesia Sparks, taking it to their champion early here.
Sparks definitely has the strength advantage here, Scott, as you can see, just carrying Dream Girl Ellie around as if she's...
Yeah, taking her time as well. Just showing off that power with a nice body slam there. Cover here with 1 foot, very lackadaisical cover there. Dream Girl Ellie trying to get... catch her breath back. There's a kick right to the face there. The challenger, and almost a spear. And a foot right to the face as well. And Dream Girl Ellie picking up the pace here.
Rolling Silesia through.
Head his steam off the ropes here, looking for, hang on a clothesline.
Jeez, stop short.
Took her damn head off. And a quick kick out there from the challenger.
I think Ellie might have been going for some sort of leg attack there and changed direction at the last moment.
Look at the torque with this clothesline, though.
Just ridiculous.
And a monkey flip out of the corner sends Silesia across the ring, all the way outside the ring now.
Silesia,
she's trying to create some distance here.
Looking for higher ground, looking for a way out.
But now the official is almost giving her a helping hand there. She's able to trip Dream Girl Ellie down and drag her outside the ring to meet her at her level. Now just putting the boots right to her side of the head. Oh, Joe's punched a fan in the face. Hang on a second.
Silesia Sparks won't hesitate to punch anybody in the face if they look at her the wrong way, Scott. And, well, I feel like that's probably led her to where she is now, for better or worse.
Sizing up the champion here, and a boot again right to the side of the head. Silesia Sparks getting back in the ring now, trying to break the referee's count. She cannot win the title outside the ring.
Dream Girl Ellie here, she has been competing as part of the Western Fair throughout the week, Scott. I think she might be starting to feel the effects of that a little bit here.
Well, there's Silesia again, taking her time, blowing some kisses to the fans there in the front row. And again, just stomping on the champion. Dream Girl Ellie, James has not been able to get into this matchup since the opening bell.
Well, and here's the thing is, Dream Girl Ellie showed up to win the Smash Wrestling Women's Championship on a few hours' notice. But at the same time, she hasn't really had a chance to scout any of the competitors in Smash Wrestling outside of the Canusa Classic, which she was focused on her own match. So she may not know what Silesia Sparks is actually capable of. However, at the same rate, Silesia Sparks doesn't really know much about Dream Girl Ellie because she hasn't watched wrestlers on Netflix.
And again, Silesia Sparks breaking the referee's count, trying to reset it.
Referee needs to take control of this here. Needs to get out there and get these women back in the ring here.
As you saw, Silesia Sparks was trying to give the official pointers on how to do his job. Meanwhile, her job is to win that title.
Silesia Sparks,
look at her getting right in the face of a fan.
Also giving the fans pointers on how to do their jobs, it seems like.
She is not afraid of anybody. And a chop there, and again, this has been all Silesia Sparks from the opening bell.
Well, the referee needs to do something here because...
Nobody home there, she chops the ring post. There we go, Dream Girl Ellie getting back into this match.
Oh, and look at that one. That one blew the breath out of Silesia Sparks' lungs. Dream Girl Ellie firing up here.
It's Silesia right there to cut her off again. Rolling her into the ring. Nobody home with that elbow. Clothesline there from the champion as the champion now starting to take over in this matchup. Knee right to the face and a slap. Just defiant.
Oh!
That kick, that cut her flush.
That was
covered here. This thing might be over. Kick out at 2 though, as Silesia Sparks able to get that shoulder up.
Not a good cover from Dream Girl Ellie. She was down on the hips and pelvis of Silesia Sparks, and the whole point is to pin the shoulders to the mat, Scott. A desperation cover at best.
Right, I was going to say, when you've been taking as much damage as she has, you just throw whatever you can and hope it's enough.
Oh, Dream Girl Ellie now coming alive. Going
for the
that.
monkey flip again, but this time was caught by Silesia.
Uh-oh. Oh, hang on now.
Roll up, cover. Oh, he got her.
She got her.
Dream Girl Ellie.
Winner of this contest, and still Smash Wrestling Women's Champion, Dream Girl Ellie.
That match was 95% Silesia Sparks. When that 5% window was open and Dream Girl Ellie took advantage. And Silesia Sparks cannot believe it.
Look at this now. Silesia Sparks, never been known to be a very good winner or a very good loser for that matter.
And Silesia Sparks, she thought she had this in the bag. She was ready to walk out of here with the Women's Championship. And now, hang on a second. Let's get some help out here. She's trying to choke out the champion here.
Dream Girl Ellie just dangling.
And now the official
needs to get Silesia Sparks out of the
get her
ring
out
as
of here.
soon as possible.
Oh, and now she's shoving the official. And now you see Silesia Sparks picking up the Smash Wrestling Women's Championship.
That is not hers, and she's at the back of the line now, Scott.
Well, you can tell, I know what she's doing here. She's trying to, that's not her property, but she's trying to make this personal. It's the fastest way to get yourself another opportunity.
Well, on paper, Silesia Sparks shouldn't get another opportunity for a long time. This is a stacked women's division, but she is looking to make a statement. If she walks out of here with the belt, I mean, possession is kind of 9/10 of the law.
Yeah, but fans, make no mistake about it, she did not win this matchup. Dream Girl Ellie is still your Smash Wrestling Women's Champion. And Silesia Sparks.
We need to get some help out here.
Yeah, we need some help for the champion.
Can we get somebody out here to help her out?
Silesia Sparks, that is. What? I think she was talking to you there, Casey.
I didn't do anything. I thought Silesia and I were cool.
Saying she's the most dominant champion to step in the ring. She's not the champion. London's own Books and Looks. And look at the crowd here.
Favorites everywhere they go, Scott. Lots of fun to watch, but not so fun to wrestle as they are very dangerous. Books and Looks. A little worse for wear. They've had a very long Western Fair stint, but they're game. They're ready to go, and I think they've got a lot to prove.
Former Smash Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Tonight, Casey, we find out what they're made of. How do they respond to losing those titles? Nice to see all of them on their feet after that match they had with TDT.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Rodney Matthews is still pulling splinters out of his hair. Tall order for them tonight.
They're going to be in there with some of the very best that Smash Wrestling has to offer.
And their hosts, the team of Sean Green, Orion X, and Brent Money Banks.
Brent Money Banks, normally the one-man dynasty, brought some backup with him today here, Casey, and it's in a big way the form of John Greed. And Orion X making a Smash Wrestling debut.
Now, Orion X is the question mark here, but imagine a world, Scott, where John Greed and Brent Banks are on the same side.
Well, we're going to see that right here tonight.
I shudder to think about it here. Two of the most tenured individuals in Smash Wrestling's history here. The heart and soul of Smash Wrestling, John Greed. Brent Moneybanks. Intrigued to see what Orion X brings to the table here.
Well, yeah, we're getting a little bit of everything here in this matchup. A glimpse of Smash Wrestling's past, present, and future, perhaps. Brent Banks, former Smash Wrestling Tag Team Champion, no stranger to tag team action. But Books and Looks, they've been teaming together for so long here, since they debuted.
It's more so about the experience factor is what's going to come into play here, Scott. Brent Banks and John Greed have more experience between them than pretty much everybody else in that ring.
Well, and they know each other so well, Casey. But you're right, the wild card in this equation is Orion X. And meanwhile, Books and Looks are feeding from this crowd here.
Hold on here, Big John Greed. Western Fair fans not quite sure who to put their stake in so far.
And the officials trying to get some semblance of control here in this matchup.
One from each team needs to start the match here. This massive six-person match. Sorry.
And this is intergender rules, obviously.
Miley, no stranger to mixing it up. As a matter of fact, mixing up with John Greed at Super Showdown.
That's right, in that Battle Royal. Impressive was Miley in that matchup. And she's going to start this match out.
An interesting idea, to say the least.
Absolutely no fear in Miley. And Orion X is impressed.
How can you tell? Offering a headlock to Miley here. Be careful, Orion X. She's dangerous. Heard she bites.
And she's gonna, if you gotta give it, she's gonna take it. She puts the headlock right in. And Orion X maybe thinking twice.
Oh, handful of hair by Orion X though.
Oh, that's not gonna win him any favor. Slap right to the face, right to the mask area of Orion X.
How do you know there's a face underneath it?
I suppose I don't until we see it. He both does and doesn't have a face.
Rodney Matthews now.
Quick tag made there. Michael Grayson, now legal man.
Double team action here. Done better by Books and Looks than many.
Splash there. And now up goes Miley. And an axe handle right to the head of Brent Banks. And this is all Books and Looks here in the early going.
They're doing cravat now.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's nicely applied there from Grayson.
Now it's interesting.
Cover here too, kick out.
We need to look at this, Scott, because we're going to see whether Books and Looks has actually recovered from their title loss here. Oh, hang on now. Hang on now.
Yeah, business now about to pick up. All business, John Greed in the ring.
Pair of boots going to go for a suplex here.
They're trying for a double suplex, but that's just the size of Greed when he lowers that center of gravity. And there's the power of Greed on display. He suplexes both members of Books and Looks.
The heart and soul just took down the Books and the Looks in one suplex, Scott. And when John Greed gets rolling, look out.
And now Rodney Matthews, not where he wants to be in this ring, in the corner of Greed, Banks, and Orion X.
Very much the wrong side of town, and not just because we're right near the train tracks.
And you saw him try to get out of the way, and Orion X with a handful of ponytail. And now Banks going to take a shot with this chop, and that crumples Rodney Matthews.
We talk about Orion X being the question mark, Scott. Brent Banks, John Greed, both fan favorites in Smash. But it seems like Orion X willing to take a few more liberties, pull the hair, act a little more arrogant. Is he on the same page as his partners here tonight?
Well, make no mistake about it, both Brent Banks and John Greed aren't afraid to get dirty if they need
look
to.
Out.
Big drop kick there.
Picture perfect every time, Brent Banks. Hits the backflip, hits the drop kick, and here we go.
Cover here from Banks. Kick out there from Rodney Matthews. Another cover. right back into it, and again a kick out.
Smarter Brent Banks, keep going for that cover.
Cover
but
again, and
come on.
again a kick out.
Brent, hook that leg, come on.
Oh, and he might not be trying to end the match with that. Every time you get a cover, though, you're forcing your opponent to exert some energy to kick out. Throw your whole body weight off their shoulders.
Banks here fully in control as Orion X comes in for the first time since opening the match.
Orion X, just precision offense there, driving that fist right into the shoulder joint of Matthews. And again, a headlock now applied. The rear chin lock. Miley trying to will Rodney Matthews back into this match, trying to get the crowd here into it.
How important would you say it is, Scott, that Books and Looks pull out a victory here, considering everything that they've been through?
Well, I mean, it's huge. It's one way to say, hey, yeah, we lost the titles, but it's one loss. We can shake that off and get ourselves right back in the title picture here. But you start stringing some losses together, the more and more doubt has to start to creep in. Oh, and a spin kick right to the midsection there. And once doubt creeps into the mind, when you're used to being competing at the highest level, that could be it.
The fall from the top is always faster than the journey to get there, Scott, and this is going to be a decision-making time for Books and Looks. Ooh, it's Orion X right on the point of the jaw.
Yeah, he's out. This is over. Matthews able to kick out, but Orion X, you see the way he keeps hold of that arm. And now controlling the body of Rodney Matthews there with the front face lock. He's got that underhook in as well.
Once again, cutting off that ring, cutting off that center line, keeping his body between Matthews and his opponents here, and he desperately needs to.
And I don't even think he cares who he reaches. He just has to tag out. That jawbreaker gives him the opening. Tag made to Miley, and now Miley, the legal competitor in this matchup. Tilts a whirl, head scissors, sends Orion X into both of his partners.
That is the definition of a malfunction at the junction, Scott.
She caught money Banks right in his coin purse there. Irish whip.
Oh, Yam Bag Banks over there.
That knee to the midsection, but Orion X putting that waist lock in. Miley able to get out of it, no problem.
Just managed to elbow her way out.
Head of steam here, looking for the monkey flip, but Brent Banks hanging on to Orion X.
That's good strategy there. Brent hangs on to Orion X. Miley goes down hard off that monkey flip.
And now Brent Banks tagged into the action.
This is where you don't want to be if you're Miley. Brent Banks, one of the most dangerous competitors in Smash Wrestling. Looks a little, I don't want to say that he's a little torn at this point, but it doesn't look like he really wants to activate with Miley. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he doesn't want to hit a girl. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to get past that. Miley is a competitor here in Smash Wrestling, one of the best that we have. Meanwhile, the distraction, you see Orion X here.
He's got no qualms.
With a chin lock in. I mean, more than anything, Miley is a wrestler. So if Brent Banks wants to win a wrestling match, he's going to have to get over that.
Listen, we're all about equality in Smash Wrestling, but Brent Banks looked a little uncertain there. He's handed it off to John Green, who has no problem doing the dirty work.
And Miley trying to fight her way out of this.
The size of the fight in Miley is the size of John Green, as she just starts swinging.
She just punched John Green right in the face. And Green, you see the look on Green's face as he catches her out of the air. And I think he's done messing around here.
And Matthews trying to convince Miley. Oh God, through the mat.
Just planting Miley with that scoop slam. And now a head of steam off the ropes. And a big elbow drop, just engulfing the body of Miley. Cover, two, and Miley kicks out.
How did Miley manage that? Does she know we have a women's division, Scott?
I don't think she cares. That was almost it. Let's take one more look at this scoop slam here.
Sending Miley through the mat.
So dangerous as John Greed. Tag made now to Orion X as Miley sent into their corner. Orion X delivering that shoulder right to the midsection. Now there's a shot for Matthews and one for Grayson as well for good measure. Miley picking up the pace here. Tilt-a-whirl. Uh-oh.
Went to the well one too many times on that one,
caught in a
Scott.
bad way here.
Oh,
from Orion X. Cover 2.
Whoa!
Miley able to kick out.
Now, was that a kick out or did Orion X pull her up there?
I don't think he pulled her. And Miley, she's in a bad way here. This is starting to reach some levels of uncomfortability here, Casey.
Congratulations to Miley moving into her new home on Dream Street. My goodness. Up again. Orion X going for that lung blower once again.
Yeah, he's not done here. Oh, just spiked him head first into the canvas. Orion X is out.
That's the damnedest thing I've ever seen.
What a reversal there from Miley. Orion X, he's moving around, which that's good news. At least he didn't break his neck.
Could have fooled me on that one, Scott, as Miley desperately needs to get into the corner and make that tag, the hottest tag that she's going to make today.
I would say both competitors need to make a tag here, Casey. Orion X and Miley, both of them will make the tag. And here we go, starting back at square one, Grayson and Greed now. As Grayson
trying to take down Big John Green, but it's just not going his way so far. Fire up, kid.
Oh, he's feeling it now, but ducks the clothesline there. Springboard, back elbows. Sends Greed reeling into the corner and banks down to the canvas.
Scott, John Greed has not left his feet yet.
Well, he's on wobbly legs right now.
Oh, blockbuster!
Blockbuster into a cover here. Grayson for the win, and no. Greed able to get that shoulder up, and how about that from Grayson? Able to use what was given to him, springboarding off the back of Brent Banks into that blockbuster.
There is no job more thankless than trying to keep John Greed on the mat for 3 seconds as Orion X with a massive right hand.
Miley just tagged herself back into this match.
By tagging Grayson's head. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, now Miley going up to the second rope. Oh, and a backhand.
Right across the cranium of Miley here.
That caught her flush. And Miley, she's in a precarious position there on the top rope. And Orion X, what is he calling for here? Is he thinking superplex?
Miley hanging on tight there.
Yeah, hanging on for dear life on the outside there.
Shoves Orion X off.
Yeah, he's down there in a bad way. And now Greed dumped outside.
Hold on, Brent Banks though.
Oh, Brent Banks meeting her up top. And now Brent Banks, is he thinking superplex? Miley trying to fight out of it. She does. Down goes Brent Banks.
Miley's 2-0 on the superplex.
Well, she's got to get off the ropes, though.
There's only one way off the ropes at this point.
Well, she's going higher. And Greed says, do it. And here she comes, caught by Greed.
Not the place you want to be.
And just driven spine first into the turnbuckles. And Greed stacks her back up where she was. And now Greed going up top, and yeah, here's Grayson.
That might be the best thing that Books and Looks could have done at this point.
They're trying to, at this point, they're just trying to protect Miley.
Oh, hang on now, though.
Miley fighting out of the corner again here, throwing those shots into the rib cage of John Greed.
Scott, there's no way she's going to go 3-0 here.
That's a big guy to try. Oh, hang on here.
This is what Books and Looks needs to do. Oh, Miley saying bye, Miley.
Double power bomb to John Greed, sends him down. Miley going up top now. Wait a second. Comes crashing down with a splash cover 2. And Greed able to kick out. I don't know if she caught all that splash.
You would have needed all 3 members of Books and Looks to keep John Greed down for that pin, I think.
And an elbow right to the face of Orion X as he stacks him up on his shoulders. Rodney Matthews, I feel it, but Orion X with a handful of eyes and teeth. Miley gets knocked out in the process, and down goes Grayson. It's just chaos in the ring now. That knee from Brent Banks right to the face of Rodney Matthews.
Reed squashes Grayson right into a massive Blue Thunder bomb.
That drills Grayson. Now Orion X going up top. Is Brent Banks going to hold the legs of Grayson down?
Whoa! Phoenix splash there.
Cover 2, and that is it.
Well, a valiant effort, Scott, from Bucks and Lux and Miley there, but just too much to handle on this night, on this fight night at the Western Fair.
Well, that was just the experience coming into play. John Greed, Brent Banks, Orion X successful here tonight. And if you're Bucks and Lux, it is back to the drawing board.
An impressive debut for Orion X. John Greed and Brent Banks showing why they are the very backbone of Smash Wrestling. But this is not the last that we will have seen of Bucks and Lux, I guarantee you that.
Oh, and KC, this might not be the last we've seen of Brent Banks and John Greed working together. They just pinned former tag team champions.
Good God, can you imagine Banks and Greed versus TDT? We need to do that one remotely.
Introducing first, the challenger from Honolulu, weighing at 175 pounds, Alessandro Del Bruno.
Well, this is that open door policy that we have here in Smash Wrestling. Alessandro Del Bruno making his return with a tremendous opportunity, trying to end the era of the Psycho before it even really gets started.
Far from a Smash Wrestling regular, but absolutely someone who is deserving of a championship match eventually. There are so many deserving competitors that could be getting this spot, so there must be some resentment in the locker room for Alessandro Del Bruno tonight.
And here comes the champion.
From Sacramento, weighing at 235 pounds, he is the reigning and defending Smash Wrestling Champion, Psycho Mike!
The man who ended the reign of Kevin Bennett at 1,540 days, and he may lose the title. Oh, hang on now.
He's not just being attacked by high-fiving children.
Where are those kids' parents?
Psycho Mike Ray. What a match that was, too. That steel cage match for the Smash Wrestling Championship, ending the over 1,500-day reign of Kevin Bennett. And it almost feels weird seeing somebody else with that championship.
Well, it also feels weird seeing him not flanked by some sort of weird degenerates that are always hanging around Kevin Bennett.
Yeah, we have absolutely entered a new era here in Smash Wrestling. And tonight, we're going to get our first look at what exactly that means for everybody else here in Smash Wrestling. One person with a close eye on this matchup, as we know, assuming that he's still has his wits about him, is the driver.
I mean, Joe DeMero there, he called a shot and then got dropped directly on his skull, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes here.
Psycho Mike getting ready to make his first championship defense, and if you're Alessandro Del Bruno, how do you compete against somebody as psychotic as Mike?
I don't think you come in with so much a game plan as a hope that you can survive. Psycho Mike, of course, the body slam capital of Ontario is London, Ontario, in case you didn't know.
That championship is what it is all about here. Highly coveted here in Ontario. Alessandro Del Bruno has won championships all over Ontario, none yet here in Smash Wrestling.
Absolutely, Del Bruno has a pedigree that you can definitely set your watch to, whatever that means.
And there's the opening bell. The Smash Wrestling Championship contest now officially underway.
Psycho Mike, we're going to make it a short night, get that body slam out of the way quick.
Well, if you're Del Bruno, you want to avoid that at all costs.
This is an interesting one. We haven't seen Del Bruno in a Smash Wrestling ring in a very, very long time. He shows up with probably the best opportunity he's going to get here. So if you're Del Bruno, do you maybe throw the rulebook out the window a little bit?
I think you got to take some liberties if and when you can. These championship matches are so few and far between. They're not easy to get. And as you said, it's been a while since we've seen Del Bruno in a Smash Wrestling ring. So he's got to capitalize on the opportunities when he gets them.
And listen,
as does anybody else.
Absolutely. And listen, Kevin Bennett, for all that he was and all that he did, he was effective as champion because he was able to bend the rules to his advantage. And with Del Bruno, who's a big fan of, following the rules, doing things the right way, this is the Smash Wrestling title. You're not going to get a lot of opportunities at this. So if you can steal it, maybe you should.
Well, the same question can be asked of Psycho Mike. Now that he's champion, he does have that championship advantage in his matchups.
He absolutely
Perhaps
does.
we see him throw the rulebook out the window.
I don't think Psycho Mike even knows what the rulebook has on it.
Casey, I assure you he knows that book inside and out. He can cite any page of it if you wanted to.
How many pages are there?
I have no idea. I've never read it.
Explain why. Oh, hang on now.
Steve here. Tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Are you kidding me? From the champion.
Psycho Mike looks like he's added about maybe 10 pounds of muscle since the cage match.
Nobody better at getting into the mind of their opponent than the Smash Wrestling champion Psycho Mike.
It's hilarious because he's so far out of his own mind.
That's because he spends too much time in someone else's head. And Del Bruno. I don't know if this is a good idea if you're Del Bruno against someone the size of Psycho Mike, but he's going to give it a go. And Psycho Mike doesn't even budge.
Del Bruno going to ask Psycho Mike to give it a shot now.
Well, and it's worth noting too, Casey, these two men, no strangers to each other. They've competed all across Ontario as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Drop kick sends Psycho Mike reeling up and over. And now throwing his shoulder right through the chest of the challenger.
The way Psycho Mike plows through those tackles is the same way he stares daggers through that hard cam.
Yeah, he is locked. He's locked, guys, and now listen to this crowd as Psycho Mike asking the question on everybody's mind: who wants to see a body slam? And there they go, giving the people what they want.
It's already happened.
Body slam.
Now look at this as he gets him up, and Del Bruno goes down.
But listen to the crowd here. The Western Fair District asking for another one.
Now we've seen this before, and it does. Oh, hold on.
Oh, that's a yellow card. What does that mean?
Psycho Mike now has a yellow card.
I think it's a warning. Now, who the warning's for, I don't know, because that was body slam number 2. He's got to be careful. If he gets a second yellow, I think that equals a red, and he's thrown out of the match.
I mean, in soccer, sure.
I don't think Del Bruno knows what sport he's playing anymore.
I want to know where Del Bruno's keeping the cards.
I'll tell you who's not playing. There's a red card.
Oh, hold on now.
Oh, it's another yellow. I'm colorblind.
No, that's red. They just didn't color correct the cameras. Psycho Mike now has a red card. Oh, hold on.
And the official not acknowledging the red card. I got kicked in the head again. Old Cattywampus now is the champion. He just keeps going to the same well. Uh-oh. This time he had that foot scattered. Oh! Stop the right and only get kicked in the head by the left.
Psycho Mike twinkle toes, down he goes.
And now champion down, challenger into a cover here. We got a new champion out of that? No, kick out.
Now the question becomes, Scott, are we going to see Mini Mike out there tonight? You know he's creeping around backstage somewhere.
I think we might have seen the last of Mini Mike.
With his little saggy diaper bottoms.
And Psycho Mike in a bad way here.
Oh, hang on. An octopus stretch by Del Bruno.
Yeah, that is stretching every part of a champion's anatomy at the same time right now.
Psycho Mike has had multiple shoulder injuries in his career, including surgical repairs.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, how well these two men know each other. They know each other's strengths, and more importantly, they know each other's weaknesses. Del Bruno looking to exploit that here in the champion right now. But now, fingertips away from that rope, trying to break that hold, and a couple of teeth away, he's biting the rope.
Psycho Mike gets the bite for the clean break.
Now creating some separation, rolling outside the ring as well.
Now the question becomes, Psycho Mike's got the cards. Is he going to give Del Bruno a yellow card here?
Up and over goes Mike. Head of steam
Whoa!
here. A nice slide there, almost like a goal celebration there from Del Bruno to get out of the way of that cross body.
Up and over.
There's that soccer kick.
Whoa.
Right to the chest of Psycho Mike. Nobody does it better.
Del Bruno kicks a goal there.
That champion's in trouble here, Casey. But smart move, whether he did it on purpose or just serendipitously rolled out all the way through the ring, creating that distance. But Del Bruno not done, looking for another soccer kick, nobody home.
Oh!
Second time the charm as it connects, and he's not done. That one caught him right in the face.
Psycho Mike may not have the most brains you've ever seen, but when he does, they're getting rattled right now.
They might have just been kicked out of his head.
Del Bruno needs to stay on Psycho Mike now, though. This is the opportunity to stop this title reign in its tracks.
Uppercut there, and you're right, Casey. Yeah, almost like a hush has come over this crowd. They can't believe what they're seeing. Nice STO there from the challenger. Moonsault into a cover here. Champion able to kick out just barely though, and we are.
That was a 2.9.
We might be on the verge of a new champion here tonight.
Hang time on the moonsault. Impressive vertical.
Del Bruno. He has just stunned this crowd here in London. Another soccer kick. How many more of those can the champion take?
Well, he's hoping for at least one more, it looks like.
And he gets it. But he's trying to fight his way back into this. Is Psycho Mike.
This feels like classic Psycho Mike, though. He's luring Del Bruno into a trap here.
Well, every time Del Bruno knocks him down, the champion is there to get right back up. And now Psycho Mike has caught the foot, and Del Bruno is in a bad place. I don't know, slapping Psycho Mike in the face is a smart idea. That's a yellow card.
Oh, hang on now. The open disrespect to the slap, enough to earn a yellow card for Del Bruno.
And Enziguri kick catches Psycho Mike in the back of the head.
That's a red card if I've ever seen one, Scott.
Del Bruno with a head of steam. Psycho Mike another body slam.
The body slam out of nowhere. It's twice as dangerous as the normal body slam.
Two. And a kick out there barely from Del Bruno.
The referee tried to pocket the cards there.
And now Psycho Mike, he's not done here. Shot right across the spine of Del Bruno, and you can see he felt that one. Shot to the midsection now as the champion just stalking his prey around the ring.
When we talk about the fun and games when it comes to Psycho Mike, Scott, everybody likes to laugh at the hijinks and the antics. Psycho Mike is in phenomenal shape, and he hits very, very hard. He's a dangerous man.
Well, that's it. Don't let the antics of Psycho Mike fool you. He is as dangerous a champion as we've ever had here in Smash Wrestling. You're right, phenomenal shape.
And that's saying something, considering some of the strikers we've had as champion. Uh-oh. Bring a little hockey to the soccer game.
And that shot right across the chest of Del Bruno just crumbled him. Del Bruno can't see cover. Here from Psycho Mike.
Just got out at the last second there.
Del Bruno able to get that shoulder up.
And And those chops, as the match goes on, Scott, those chops become more and more draining on what oxygen you have left in your lungs. And it's hot in this building, so getting oxygen back into your lungs becomes even more laborious.
Well, it's even more difficult when someone's stomping on your back like Psycho Mike is right now to Del Bruno.
This referee that Psycho Mike has never met before.
The referee just hit a count of 5.
Whoa, hang on now.
Well, the official not wanting to disqualify the champion gives him a warning instead with that yellow card.
I mean, Psycho Mike's lucky that he didn't get the red card there. The referee got to 5. That's a disqualification, Scott.
The referee's discretion doesn't want to see this match end. It is for the championship. Pele kick connecting.
Right on the top of Psycho Mike's head here. Psycho Mike looking for a red card of his own.
A red card, Uno reverse card, anything he can find in there. Nothing there, though.
Anything that's left in those trunks cannot be shown to this audience because of all the underagers, Scott. Go for that Pele again. No, up and under. Satellite DDT, wow!
Well, that just sends the champion reeling, but Psycho Mike gets back to his feet.
Almost
Nobody home with that
instinct.
clothesline.
Wheelbarrow cutter!
Into a cutter there. And Del Bruno trying to close in on a championship here. We're going to have a new champion cover, too. Oh! How close was that?
Psycho Mike is on the ropes. He's reeling, Scott.
Psycho Mike's championship reign almost ended before it even gets a chance to properly begin. And now you hear the crowd trying to will the champion back into this matchup.
Del Bruno's impressed me tonight, Scott. He's shown a lot of capability in what he's able to do, and you know, he understands the challenge that is before him. The Smash Wrestling champion, Psycho Mike, going for that again. Another
soccer kick, but he lands that moonsault into a cover, and again, no, Psycho Mike kicks out. He is taking the champion to his limit here tonight. But Psycho Mike might have found another gear.
Oh, there it is again, the body slam.
That is, I believe, the 4th body slam of this matchup to Del Bruno. And now just stacking him on the top rope, but he's looking to finish him off here. But Del Bruno, stacking Mike in a way he doesn't want to be, and a punt kick right to the top of the skull. That could end a man's career.
Well, and Psycho Mike's neck was pressed up against that turnbuckle. There's a hard metal turnbuckle underneath that very thin pad. That could cause some serious neck trauma right off the top.
Del Bruno now going all the way up to the very top rope. But Psycho Mike able to catch him.
No, hang on now.
Muscle him up, and a body slam from the 2nd rope. Into a cover, that's got to do it. And it will.
Look at this.
And still, Smash Wrestling Champion, Psycho Mike.
An avalanche body slam does the trick, and still your Smash Wrestling Champion, Psychotic Michael.
Psycho Mike standing tall, still your Smash Wrestling Champion. And I think he has his sights set on his next challenger. We'll find out who that is.
Whoa, speaking of!
Wait, yeah, we'll find out who that is right now. Is the driver returning the favor on the champion.
Joe DeMero is in there. The referee's not even sticking around to stop the
the referee's had
assault.
enough.
Did the referee just quit the promotion?
I don't know what just happened there, but
hang on now.
The driver with a body slam to the champion.
The insult here. We've already seen one challenger walk out with the title here. Where the hell are the people in the back, Scott?
I don't know, KC, but Joe DeMaro standing tall with the champion's title.
Get DeMero out of the ring here.
DeMero's calling his shot for November 19th at the London Music Hall.
Well, this isn't going to work out the way he wants it to.
November 19th, the London Music Hall. Psycho Mike loses his mind, and the driver takes the fast lane
for the Smash Heavyweight Championship.
Unbelievable here, Scott. Not the celebration I think the fans at the Western Fair were expecting to have with the new Smash Wrestling
Well,
champion.
Joe DeMauro calling his shot. Looking for a chance at the Smash Wrestling Championship, and Psycho Mike.
Oh, here he comes.
Psycho Mike in a hot pursuit.
DeMauro better get out of here.
Yeah, fans, this is getting crazy. We'd like to thank you for joining us here for Fight Night at the Western Fair. For Casey Andrews, I'm Scott Hunter. Good night.